Welcome back to Attitude Effort Results presented by the Clubhouse and Teamwork Online. See what I did there? Switch it up a little bit. We posted a graphic design position on the Clubhouse and Teamwork Online. So if you are interested in graphic design, go check it out on either Teamwork Online or the Clubhouse. We're going to be adding it to our team. We're going to keep rolling with this segment. What is Tanner doing now? What is Attitude Effort Results doing now? We'll teeter-totter back and forth between both of them. I'm going to try to do as many of updates as Attitude Effort Results because I enjoy talking about my team rather than myself. So, what is Attitude Effort Results doing right now as a team? We want you to come on this journey with us. This isn't me talking at you. This is us going through this journey together. So we want to provide value for you that catapults your personal and professional careers. The last 2 weeks, we have done weekly calls with our sales team, Sydney and Veronica, who are leading our sales division under Hunter's leadership and management. They are cold emailing and cold calling companies after finding their information on their own as graduating seniors. They're doing this on their own time. You guys want to learn how to get better in life? You guys want to learn how to grow? Go learn from those two. Sydney and Veronica are awesome. They're doing things right now that people do not want to do in their career paths. And that's why they're going to get ahead in life. You want to get ahead in life? Try to be like them. I'm trying to be like them. They are learning why companies currently sponsor podcasts. So yes, there's a short-term goal of selling sponsorships, which would be awesome because we can move money out of Callie and my pocket into the business bank account. We can move money out of Hunter's pocket into a business bank account. We can grow more. That would be awesome. However, not everything you do in life is short-term. There's some long-term effects too. So for Sydney and Veronica, what they're doing is they're learning this process. Why are companies sponsoring podcasts? What are companies' goals in sponsoring podcasts? What are companies' processes like? And then Sydney and Veronica tell us what other companies are doing, what other companies are finding value in, and then we get to adapt real time. They get to go through the process, and then we give them coaching, feedback. We give them praise for what they're doing. They are doing it all in their own time because their experience, because of what they're doing right now, they're going to be killers in this industry. They're going to come out of school with a career path that they love, an experience that they can talk about that nobody else does. Those are some of the specifics that our sales team is doing right now. Kyron, our social media coordinator, and Maddie, our social media team collectively, is also innovative thinking. Kyron is connected with 2 high-level individuals in the social media and marketing space to grow her career when she graduates. That's what she's doing right now. That's what Attitude Effort Results is doing right now. We are growing their careers. Kyron and Maddie have also come up with an idea to start a Twitter or X. I still don't know which one. I think it's X, but everyone still calls it Twitter. Their idea, they have full autonomy and empowerment to go create, to go be creative, to go come up with new ideas. And they're doing that on their own because they value working with you guys as well. What they have told us is that companies, podcasts, individuals like ourselves and companies, what we're trying to do and value, our target audience is on X. And so we're gonna go build one. I don't know what that looks like yet. Probably put some money towards it. Probably have to talk Callie off the ledge again. No, I'm just kidding. She supports us fully. But we're gonna go put some money towards it. We're gonna go build an X. We're growing. That's what we're doing. So go give us a follow on X. If it's up by the time this episode releases. Because I think we're building it right now. We're growing here, and we want you to come along the journey with us. All right, that is my 4-minute spiel on what Attitude Effort Results is doing right now. I hope you guys can continue following us because I think it's fun. What will you learn from today's episode? What will you gain from today's episode? Why on earth should you listen to this weirdo in a dress shirt talking into a mic? Well, here's why. I think today we're going to gain a little bit of maturity. Truthfully. I think you will be able to begin, or if you've already begun, catapult on how to build a name and a reputation for yourself. I think you'll get to understand why that's important in not only a career path, but in life. A reputation, a legacy. And so I want you to come on the journey with us today. Today's episode is titled Someone. Actually, it's titled Someone's Always Watching. Yeah, someone's always watching. And it's kind of a weird title. That's okay. And I'm kind of a weird guy, so that's cool. And someone's always watching. That's why I'm wearing this shirt right now, because someone might be watching this and be like, dang, I want that guy to come speak in my school. I want that guy to come speak for my company. So if you're out there, listen, look, I dress up nicely. I can come do that. I can come speak. Hunter's over here shaking his head. He's like, this guy's weird. 3 things today. Gain maturity, build a legacy, create a strong reputation. That's what we're talking about. Why is this important? You have no idea who's around you. You have no idea. And truthfully, the people that look like the most normal human beings are probably the highest level achievers in this world. The person who's driving the Lamborghini next to you, probably not the highest achiever in the world. The guy who's wearing shorts, the girl's wearing a regular white t-shirt, that's probably somebody you want to know. But you don't know that. You don't know who's around you. You have no idea who these people are. It could be your next boss. It could be your significant other. It could be your new best friend. You have no idea who's around you. So the reason that today's episode is important is because we get to dive deeper into that. Your reputation also precedes you. Your next job could be determined on what you've done in the last 2 years, what you've done in the last couple of years. I know friends currently that will not, friends of mine, that will not be considered for a promotion or a management position because of a couple of decisions that they've made and a couple stories that have come out of them going out and partying, or them going out and treating someone outside of work hours in a way that does not represent the company. Because someone saw them out. Someone saw them acting in ways that they don't act in the office and believe that they would not be a good fit to lead people because of their actions. These people who I'm talking about, who I consider my friends, actually there's multiple people across multiple organizations, are the best fit for the job in work hours. They are smart, they are intelligent, they have worked their butts off, they are ready for a promotion. They're ready for the next step in their career. But decisions that they've made, their reputation, while doing something that they didn't even know that person was watching. There's a leader over here that is watching that you don't even know that's there. Someone's always watching. They made decisions when they thought nobody else was watching, and now it's costing them a job. Now it's costing them their career path. You've heard this before. I personally have never submitted a resume. I did not submit a resume when I came to work for the Phoenix Suns. And I did not have an official interview to get a premium role at the Phoenix Suns. Without me knowing, the Suns leadership staff called people that had been around me for the last couple of years, around me at the office, around me in social settings, around me in professional settings, and asked about my character and vetted me out beyond my professional capabilities. I did not know that the Suns leadership was doing this during the interview process. That's the key. You don't know. So you need to be on high alert and be who you are always. Do not let one decision cost you your career. Do not let one night out cost you your career. And that also goes for talking about what happened out in the office. It goes about what talking about it in school, in classes. Your professors are listening. They're watching. This is not an episode to be like, oh my gosh, like the world's watching. Google's watching, Facebook's watching. I have to turn my camera off. That's not what we're talking about. It's not to be on edge. It's to be alert that you have an opportunity to build incredible value and incredible reputation without you knowing it. That's what this is about. Because what if one night I was in Miami and I was just being an idiot, saying things that I don't do at work and just doing things that were different from my brand on Monday to Friday? And what if one of the leaders who I didn't know was there happened to hear it, happened to listen to it? Now when the Suns called, they're like, dude, I don't like him. Dude's great in the office, good at what he does. Talks behind people's back, he's not really nice. We all know people like that have a face Monday through Friday, or have a face in school, and you get out with them and they're like, whoa, who is this dude? Who is this girl? I've never seen that person before. Like 2 different people. You all know somebody like that. I know you do. Everyone's got it. I would not, if that would have happened, I would not have moved my family across the country to Phoenix. I would not have grown in my career. I would not have met Hunter in person and been doing this right now, today, if I would have made one stupid mistake a couple years ago because we were having a good time. Everyone's like, oh, it's out of the office. Managers shouldn't be watching. They shouldn't be. They are. You don't get to control that. People are watching, especially with social media. My goodness. A video gets out about you, you're cooked. See ya later. Not getting a promotion. You're cooked. Especially with social media today and everybody videotaping. So working off of last week's episode, be who you want to become all the time. And have a reputation that is so strong that whoever calls next, they say exactly what you want them to say. You're the same person every time they see you. I have helped in the hiring process for a premium role at the Suns, okay? I've been doing that. It's fun. Kind of. People still stink at interviews, but it makes our lives easier because we get to grow faster. Everybody listening here, you should thank everybody who sucks at interviewing. You should. It's awesome. Like, thank you for all the lazy people out there. People might say I'm ignorant for it, but like, yeah, you guys, I grow my career faster not because I'm good, it's just because everybody else sucks. All right, let's keep going. I've helped in the hiring process for a premium role in sports. There's maybe 8 or 10 of these across every team. 153 teams in sports-ish. It's only like 1,500 roles in all sports, and I get to hire for one. One guy comes in, obviously I'm not going to say his name. One guy comes in, interviews well with our VP. He's coming from a team that I know somebody at. And so our VP walks up to me. He goes, hey man, you know somebody that works for, we'll just call it X organization because I don't want to say the organization either. You know somebody that works for X organization, right? And I was like, yeah, I actually worked with them in Miami. Great dude. Really good friends with him. Why, what's up? He's like, well, we're trying to hire like one of his teammates, a guy that also works with X organization, and he's interviewing really well, but something just seems off. It's like almost too good to be true. Like every answer he's saying is awesome. But I just don't know his character because he can interview well and he can do well in the job, but like we're hiring for people. We're hiring to build a culture and a team, and I'm not going to hire someone that's just great at the job. I need somebody who's good, a good person also. Can you reach out to your contact at X organization and just see what this guy's like? This guy, you know, your contact at X organization knows him or works with him. Like, just reach out to him. I'm like, yeah, happy to do that. Happy to do that. So I called my guy, my buddy, and said, hey man, like this person's interviewing for a role with us. Like, I don't need to know about his skills. I don't actually care about his skills. Tell me who he is as a person. And the dude goes, oh, yeah, don't hire that guy. I was like, whoa, don't hire him. Tell me more. It's like, well, I've seen him out a couple times, and yeah, he's just like, he doesn't treat people well when we're out together as a team. He talks down to people outside the office. Pretty quiet in the office. Like, he's good at his job. He's fit for the role that you're hiring as a worker, as a professional. Characteristically, outside of the office, he's just not really a good person. That's it. Done. Gonzo. See ya. I trust my contact. My vice president trusts me. That guy never got a phone call back. He interviewed, guys, if you're not hearing the deep part of this, he interviewed well first. He did the hard stuff. He got an interview for a premium role. He got exactly what he wanted, and he crushed the interview. But there were a couple decisions that he made prior to the interview, maybe years prior, outside of work. Boom, that's it. I'm not even calling you back. I trust my people. That's why cultivating relationships is so important in this industry and so important in life. I call Hunter for a favor. Hey, tell me about this guy. We're looking to hire him. Don't really like his character. Kind of talks down to people. This is actually wild. I'm thinking this out loud. This has actually happened 3 times in my career in the last 6 months where our leadership has come to me and said, hey, you know somebody X organization? Like, I need to know about that person. And all 3 times, they have come back and said, hey, good at their job. A fit for the role. Could do it without question. Not a good person. Makes bad decisions outside of work. And all 3 times, that's where the conversation ends. Right there. Candidate equals gonzo. See ya. Your reputation precedes you. Your reputation precedes you. Someone is always watching. Because these 3 individuals might not have even known that the person I know at the organization was even watching. A couple stories for you. I know I just told them, but I'm going to tell a couple more. My dad would tell me this all the time. I grew up in a very small town. I actually looked it up one time, I think 87 people that live in our town. And we have about 4,000 cows, okay? I don't know what that ratio is, but a lot of cows to a little people. My dad said it all the time, someone's always watching. And we knew a lot of people, if you lived or are familiar with how small towns work, like everybody knows everybody, right? And so I'm driving to school one day, and I get pulled over for speeding, because I did that often before I learned a lesson. And I get pulled over, I come back, I'm like figuring out how I'm going to tell my dad. I'm thinking I'm going to get in so much trouble. Oh my goodness. If you guys have ever gotten a ticket or in trouble with the law before and you go up to your parents for the first time, you're like, whew, you are sweating. I mean, like beads. And I had all day to think about what I was going to say. I'm a great preparer. I can plan pretty well. And I can BS with the best of them. Like, I got a really good story, Dad, on why I was going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit at 7 a.m. trying to get to school. Like, I got a great story. I'll figure it out. And so I get home, I practice the story all day. Again, I'm a great BSer. That's literally what my job is now. Well, not like fully, but, you know, kind of. And I get home, and I'm like, hey, Dad, so I got this, and I'm like trying to spit the words out, and he goes, you got pulled over today, huh? I was like, what? I was stressed about this story. I've been sweating this story all day. You already know I got pulled over? He's like, well, yeah, like somebody called me like 7:45 and said that they saw you on the side of the road with a cop car behind you. I'm like, I got pulled over like 7 or 7:30 a.m. Like, before I even started stressing about it, you knew? He's like, oh yeah, dude, like you should, someone's always watching. Like they know exactly who you are and what you do. Like, tell me the story. And then my story was good. I had a good one. Had to pay the ticket, learned a lesson, only did it once more. All right. Second story is, so the point behind that is someone's always watching. Because I had no idea who was driving by. They might not have even known me, or I might not even know them. They knew me. I was refereeing a basketball game. I was a referee. I had refereed a couple varsity games with my dad. My dad's been doing it for 30 years. I went to the University of Iowa, started refereeing some JV games. We go to a JV game. There's like 12 people in the stands, okay? It's a JV girls basketball game, and we're out there. I could very well have gone to this gym, had a large ego, and said, man, I've refereed some great varsity basketball games. I should not be doing this JV girls basketball game right now with 12 people in the stands. This is ridiculous. I could have walked in there with a big ego and done that. I go in there because my mentality, ever since my dad taught me that as a kid, has been someone's always watching. I go out there, ref a phenomenal game. We do a great job, clean, crisp, make the right calls. We actually de-escalated a situation with a coach very well. And that's it. Nothing happens. A couple months go by, and the person who runs all of the referees for the NCAA Division I happens to be living in Iowa City at the time and finds me through a couple connections and says, hey, we need help refereeing the Iowa men's scrimmages and the Iowa women's scrimmages. Would you do it? I saw you ref in the JV game a couple months ago. My daughter was actually on the team. I saw you ref in the game. You did a good job. I'd love to have you here. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know that he was there, but because I went and did a crisp job and managed the game well, somebody saw that outside, and now I had the opportunity to ref Luca Garza, who was a National Player of the Year in Division I collegiate basketball, and oh, by the way, at the time, I had no idea who she was, but the first time Caitlin Clark ever stepped on a collegiate basketball floor, it was during COVID, and there was 3 people in the building that were not part of the Iowa women's basketball program. And that was the 3 referees, And I was one of them. I'm getting chills thinking about it right now. But that's pretty cool. And in addition to that, because we then did a good job there, I got a couple of my buddies who I had been reffing with. We became the youngest crew in the state of Iowa to ever referee a varsity basketball game. And we got to inspire the younger generation of referees and inspire the younger people who wanted to have an opportunity like that one day. All because I walked in with an attitude at a JV girls game with 12 people in the stands that I was not better than anybody there, that they deserved the best ref game of the night. Every single time I walked into a gym, that was going to be the best ref game in the entire state at that time. Doesn't matter who's playing, doesn't matter the rankings, doesn't matter who's there. That's the mentality. That is the mentality. One more story for you, and then I got some actionable steps. And this one's kind of fun because it involves my wife. And I love talking about my wife because she's awesome. Someone's always watching, right? That's what we're talking about right now. Someone is always watching. You guys are going to get sick and tired of me here saying this, but I enjoy going to the gym and being healthy and working out. And because I have a chocolate addiction, I need to do it often. I go to the gym. I don't talk to anybody. I put my headphones in. I listen to a podcast, head down, learn while actively learning. I learn while I'm doing activities. Put my head down, get better, leave. That's it. My personal time. I don't talk to anybody. That's it. In college, we had some good-looking women that went to the same gym as us. It's in college at the University of Iowa. There's some good-looking women there. Hunter's over here like, yes, there is. Maybe not like SEC schools, but, like decent Big Ten. So I go in, head down, a month before I even start talking to Callie. There's this guy by the name of Josh who sees me working out and sees that I'm head down. I don't talk to the girls. I don't go up and hit on them. That's not who I was at the time. I didn't hit on girls at the gym. I just did it at the bars that night. And so I start talking to Callie, and we start dating, and all of a sudden Josh comes out with this story, and he's talking with Callie, and Callie's like, oh, you think he's a good dude? And Josh is like, yeah, actually, I've been watching him for months. He doesn't talk to girls at the gym. He keeps his head down. He's respectful. He helps out when he can. I think he's a great dude. I didn't even know Josh existed at the time. Because I didn't even know Callie existed at the time, or that she had a brother. That's what it means when everybody is watching. Someone is always watching, and your reputation precedes you. Here's a couple actionable steps for you to wrap up the day. Because this is tough, right? You want to have fun, you want to be able to let loose, but someone's always watching. And so how can we move forward and have actionable steps so that you can have a legacy? You can create a legacy. One is, it starts with a strong foundation. You got to have a strong foundation. And you have to have great core values. Who are you as a person? Like we said last episode, right? Most of this begins with the household that you grew up with, right? Your parents, your guardians, the people who raised you, the friends around you, the school that you went in. That's where most of your values come from. But I challenge you, are those the values you want? Or you just kind of go with the flow? Is that the mindset you want to be in? Or is there something bigger that you want? Is there something better that you want? So one, I challenge you to look inward. Two, it is possible to have a pretty rough upbringing and for you to change the narrative. That's a possibility. I did not have I did not have a rough upbringing. I had an awesome upbringing. But the mentality of the people of where I live, way different than the one that I've chosen. And it's a choice. Ed Milet talks about challenging yourself to be the one in your family who ends the generations of suffering. Be the one in your family who provides financial freedom for your family. Be the one in your family where families around get to know the name. The Jordan name, the Jordan brand, had no weight before Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan was the one in his family who changed the narrative for the rest of time. The last name Bryant didn't have a lot of weight behind it before Kobe. But guess what? Now the whole Bryant family, the Bryant daughters, the Bryant legacy, the Bryant foundation will live on because Kobe was the one. It's the same thing with singers, right? Luke Combs. Combs was not a world-renowned name. Da Vinci was not a world-renowned name before those people decided to be the one. Because anybody who's successful in life, if you look back at their lineage and their history, somebody somewhere in their family struggled. And somebody decided to be the one. I should be getting paid for this because this is Ed Milet's thesis statement and the book that he wrote. And we should be posting this. And I'm just kidding. I believe that to my core, that I am going to be the one who changes my family name. I believe that. You can say I'm crazy. That's okay. I already know that. So like, you can't get in my head. You can try, but you can't get it. I'm going to be the one that changes my family's legacy. You are under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. You are under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. You get to change. You get to decide who you are. And you get to build for the future. This has nothing to do with how you grew up. You're like, oh, well, I grew up with this and I grew up with this and then. You get to decide now. You did not get to decide how you grew up. As you get older in your career and as you get older in college, you now get to decide. Your reputation precedes you. Who do you want to become? When people think of the last name Natsky, what do I want them to think about? When they talk about me in other rooms, what do I want them saying about me? What do you want them saying about you? I just want to go back. How powerful is it that the saying that I just said, I don't know if you guys caught that. You under no obligation, zero, none, zilch, nein, I think is how you say it in Germany. Probably not, but I think something like that. You under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. You can change that. Oh, my family grew up in this part of town, and oh man, I have like extreme this and extreme that. You don't have to. You get to decide. Now, is it going to take time to maybe build the future that you want? Hell yeah. But you get to decide how you go about it. For me, I just heard this the other day. I was listening to a sales coach, and they always say, like, everyone's like, oh, how you doing? And everyone's like, good, 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 good. Dude, that sucks. It's like, good, good. Dude, are you? Or are you not? How many times do you get that question a day? 4, 5, 6, 10, 12? You probably get it at least once a day, right? What if you find a saying that can impact people with that? And I'm doing this right now. This is an active, like, I have not tried this out yet. I literally just learned it. I'm going to go start doing it. It's like, hey, how are you doing today? And you say, I can't have a bad day. I can't have a bad day. Hey, how's your day going? I can't have a bad day. You don't think people are going to be like, huh? Huh? You didn't say good? That's weird. What does that do for you? That opens up a conversation. What do you mean you can't have a bad day? Listen, I choose how my day goes. I am proactive in setting the tone. I could have somebody die in my family, which I've had, and it not be a bad day. I will have bad moments, but I get to decide how the day goes. You are under no obligation to be the person you were 5 minutes ago. Think about that. Put that in your bank. Another actionable step, and the reason I'm dressed like this right now. Dress for success. It's not that difficult. It took me 45 seconds to put this shirt on. It would have taken me 20 to do the other. I wasted 45 seconds to put a nice shirt on today. Dress for success. You never know who will see you and where they will see you. Imagine like a director or a professor or somebody of a position of leadership that you know. Think of that person right now. Who's your direct report? Who's the next in command, I guess, in your company? Think of that person right now. Imagine you have great integrity. That's what you are. You want to be a lead. You want to grow. You have great integrity. and you have a very strong faith in this scenario. If you don't, just think about it in this scenario. You have great integrity, strong faith. You're a go-getter. You're a worker. And now you get outside of the professional setting or school where these people know you with great integrity and strong faith, and you wear a shirt that says, F the cops. And you're just at Walmart, just like hanging out with friends. You got like baggy pants on, a shirt that says F the cops. Or you roll up next to a stoplight with some music blaring with a swear word every other word. And somebody that director, that person you thought of, happens to be right next to you at the light. Are you shutting it off quick? Oh my goodness. Or you're like, yo, this is me. Like, do they know that that's you, or are you like quickly changing who you are? If you see that person in Walmart with that shirt on, are you cool with walking by them as you are? Or are you turning the shirt inside out and pulling your pants up and tightening your belt real quick? Who are you? Because you never know who's watching. Probably not the best look if that's who you want to be, and that's who you're presenting yourself in a regular setting, right? So don't put on a mask, be consistent, be you. We're not asking you to go change the world, we're just asking you to be yourself. Last actionable step for you. Carry yourself like someone is always watching. Put it in your mindset that somebody's always watching. Because now you get to impact other people by how you act on a daily basis. If every day you act like somebody's watching and you present yourself like your director, that person that you thought of, or your manager, or your professor, or your mom and dad are always watching you, you become that person. And you get to now impact people. I'm sure everyone had like an elementary school teacher, right? That was like, you could have sworn they had eyes in the back of their head. How do they even know? That doesn't make sense. For me, it was my mom. I'm like, you knew what I did before I did it. That doesn't make any sense to me. But as corny as it sounds, like that's true. We got to carry ourselves. We're high-level individuals. If you want to be average, that's cool. Don't listen to what we're doing right now. If you want to be average or you want to be below average, just stop listening. I don't even want you listening right now. If you want to be high-level individuals, you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to be great, this is how we have to act. We are held to a higher standard. You have to accept that. We are. And I say we because I'm in that too with you. We're going through this together. This is a journey that we get to go through together. We have to carry ourselves in a higher manner. Because someone probably is always watching, especially in today's world, right? Think about how easy it is for someone to snag a really quick photo or a video and blast it to everybody they know or put it on social media, right? Don't let a reputation that you built be jeopardized because of 10 seconds of something that you want to do. Be the person who you want to become. You're under no obligation to be the person you were 5 seconds ago. Dress for success. And we get to continue to grow together. We get to continue to be elite together. That's what I got for you. I love you guys. Let's inspire others. Let's inspire others. We're doing this for others. Let's value our time for others and continue to grow together.